Maya's been promoting it like crazy. I got an NFL subscription, so I could have access to all this stuff as well. But NFL IQ is a new thing where, check this out. We're just going to hit refresh here, okay? And on the NFL IQ, it's just go NFL.com IQ, right? You've got NFL rosters that breaks everything down in terms of AAV and everything. You got the free agent big board, and you got the draft big board. We're going to be using this as we creep up on the draft as kind of a cross-check to some of the stuff that we have over with our draft board as well. So we enter the frenzy here, right? And what it's going to do is rank all the free agents, okay? So I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Let me see if I can – I don't know if I can zoom it in anymore or not. Oh, boy. Screwed the whole thing up. Look at Clayton here. Technologically sound, right? Yeah, so it's not going to allow me to. That's the best I can do on the Zoom, guys. But when you look at it here, you've got the rankings on the left of the free agents, okay? So like Malik Willis is the top free agent available, okay? Shows his top speed over here. 19.8 miles an hour is what he was clocked at last year. Jalen Phillips, edge defender, number 2 from Philly. And whether you agree with these or disagree with these, that's okay. We're not saying this is the grand poobah free agency rankings. It's just cool that they got these extra little things added into NFL IQ here. Number 3, Tyler Linderbaum, right? Notice the diamond there. So obviously that they consider him blue traits, okay? So he's got blue chip traits is what it is. And if it's got the diamond, that means they're an elite blue chip, okay? I don't see that on here. It looks like that's actually just blue traits, but so they've got him on here, okay? Kyler Murray is number 4. You know, we talked about that's a lot closer to Malik Willis's value as opposed to where Daniel Jones was, right? So again, I do think that is going to shift around a little bit in that regard. Alec Pierce is number 5. We'll see if they get that contract done. He is on the rise currently, is what it's shown. He's ascending. Trey Hendrickson is number 6. Devin Lloyd is number 7. This is the guy we were talking about. Like, Devin Lloyd ended up being what we were hoping Quay Walker was, right? And he's obviously ascending. He's the 7th best free agent. He's going to get paid a ton of money. Are we willing to pay him the money that he wants? I would be willing if we had all the extra cap space and the salary cap wasn't an issue, obviously. But the problem is you're going to have to pay Edgerrin Cooper in a couple of years, right? So if you feel like Edgerrin Cooper is that piece to build around your stack backer room, which I personally think he is, then let him step into that role, and you don't want to overpay for somebody else. Now, if you can get Devin Lloyd at $12 million, hell yeah, do it. Sign him, right? Imagine Devin Lloyd alongside Edgerrin Cooper. That'd be a phenomenal stack backer room, right? But again, it just shows that Quay Walker has been nowhere near the way Devin Lloyd has played at the NFL level, okay? Next is Odafe Owe, the guy that we just talked about. So he's evidently pretty high on the list here. At number 8, edge defender that was released by the Chargers. You got 3 Seahawks in a row right here, okay? Kenneth Walker at number 9 at running back. Boye Mafe, edge defender at number 10. And then you got Rashid Shaheed, wide receiver at number 11. All 3 of those guys just want to ring there with the Seattle Seahawks. Next, you got Elijah Vera Tucker. You guys know this is one of my top free agents here, okay? He is 27 years old, according to this. He's got the plus sign, so it says injury affects the OTA availability. Okay, so evidently he's got an injury he's been dealing with. I didn't know about that, so we need to check into that before the Packers make an offer there. He's number 12 on the list. Number 13, another guy I had earmarked, David Edwards. You can see how it would make sense to sign one of these guards and plug and play right there where Aaron Banks was if you decide to move on and free up that cap space. I would rather go that route. I know he's 29 years old, sign him to a 3-year deal. That's really a 2-year deal. You're out of it by the age of 31, and you're moving on, right? And I think it would be a significant upgrade over Aaron Banks. Again, this is Gutey. There's no nice way of saying it, man. He's seen Aaron Banks as a premier guard. He never showed that at San Francisco. There was nobody saying that when we signed him. Nobody was going, oh, my God, what a great signing. Everybody was going, Packers kind of whiffed on this one, I think. Only time will tell, right? Well, time told us it's looking like a whiff. So David Edwards over Aaron Banks. If you cut Aaron Banks, if you cut him this year, you free up only $4 million. But if you go post June 1, you're freeing up $18 million in cap space for this upcoming calendar year. You just got to carry his cap charge of 24.8 until June 1st. That makes things a little bit difficult for free agency. So I can understand if you just wanted to cut him outright, free up that money, that $4 million right now, and be able to utilize some of that. But I'm just worried that we're going to keep him and they're going to do a simple restructure where he doesn't take less money. They just move money around. That's really, really going to bother me. And maybe I'm eating these words come next November, right? Maybe we're looking up and go, wow, Aaron Banks is fully healthy and he is dominating. I hope that's the case. I just haven't seen anything there to suggest that as it sits right now. Mike Z in the chat says, unfortunately, Banks isn't going anywhere. That's what I'm feeling like too, Mike. We're going to find out soon, though, right? If free agency opens, he's still on the team. There's still a chance you can move on from him with the post-June 1 cut, but I don't know, man. Maybe that's the thing, too. Maybe Gutey's waiting to see how aggressive the offers are for some of these offensive linemen. And then when he realizes, okay, we can get him, now we move on from him. Maybe something like that happens. Mike will hold out a little bit of hope there. Next on the list is Mike Evans, wide receiver from Tampa Bay. He's currently descending on the list for whatever that means. Jamil Dean, this is one of our top cornerbacks. We had him earmarked, right? He's number 15 on NFL IQ's free agent list here, okay? His top speed was 20.5 miles per hour. Pretty solid there, right? Anything over 20 you feel good about with a corner. Now, like wide receivers, Rashid Shaheed out of Seattle, he was clocked at 21.7. So it's easy to look at those numbers and go, oh, he would cook him. But it depends on what kind of technique you're playing, right? Are you playing over-the-top leverage and you're not going to allow them to get around you? If you're just strictly a press man look, yeah, he's going to cook you off the line if he gets a clear release, right? So miles per hour, I think, is way more important than 40 time, just me personally. 40 is just another measurement we can use, obviously, at the combine and so on and so forth. So Jamil Dean in the 15 spot. Tight ends Cade Otton and Isaiah Likely coming at 16 and 17. Wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson lands there with the from the New York Giants at number 18. Rasheed Walker, they've got 19th on this list, guys, 19th on this list. Now, keep in mind, we talked about Tyler Linderbaum cracking 17 miles per hour. Rasheed Walker cracked 13 miles per hour. Okay, different. I'm telling you, man, Tyler Linderbaum's a freak. He is a sneaky, sneaky good athlete, and that's why you've seen the Baltimore Ravens pulling him on so many run plays. Tackle Jermaine Illuminor. He is in the number 20 spot. He played for the Giants. Okay, moving on down the list here, we have Travis Etienne, running back. He's in the number 21 spot. Played for Jacksonville Jaguars, obviously. He's set to hit free agency. Number 22, you got edge defender John Franklin Myers from the Denver Broncos. 23, there's Connor McGovern. Okay, Connor McGovern coming in. He averaged, 61.9 snaps per game. He played in 16 games. He's 29 years old. If you were to get him on a 3-year deal, he's definitely the second best center in this free agent class, in my opinion, unless someone else gets cut that we're not expecting. But that's a guy that I would be okay with going after him for the right price. Now, if you're going to have to pay over $15 million, go get Tyler Linderbaum, right? If it's less than $15 million, you get closer to 12 or something, you feel good about Connor McGovern, I could see you going and getting him. I don't think Gutey's going to do that, but I didn't expect him to sign Aaron Banks last year either. So we'll see. Guard Zion Johnson from the Chargers. He's in the number 24 spot. He is not on our cheat sheet, so evidently we did not like him as much. Might want to do a little bit more research on him. Romeo Doubs coming in at the number 25 spot here. Romeo Doubs was clocked at 21.1 miles per hour last year. Pretty solid there, man. Not bad, right? Pretty good speed clocking there. Safety Brian Cook from the Chiefs at number 26. Isaac Samalo is another guy that we have earmarked here as a on our cheat sheet that we like at guard. He's 33 years old, but hey, we need some veterans on this team, right? If you go and get him for a really, really good deal, he's the 27th best free agent. I'd be okay with that. Cornerback Jalen Watson. I personally like Jalen Watson more than Jamil Dean because his value is showing significantly less than Jamil Dean. I would rather have Jalen Watson at like $8 million per as opposed to Jamil Dean at $15 million per. Okay. So Jalen Watson from the Kansas City Chiefs, 28 years old. He was clocked at 20.9 miles per hour last year. So keep an eye on him. Quiddy Pay from the Indianapolis Colts, edge defender. He's now 28 years old. He is the 29th best free agent on this list. Next on the list is Alontae Taylor. This is a guy that the Packers were rumored to be in trade talks with the Saints for last year. Okay. I'm not big on Alontae Taylor. I don't think Alontae Taylor is anything magical, right? I think if you signed him, he would compete with Keyshawn Nixon and Carrington Valentine for a starting cornerback spot, but he wouldn't be slam dunk the number one corner. What I seen with Trayvon Diggs' tape, Trayvon Diggs, if he is signed by the Packers, would be slam dunk the number one corner on the roster day one. I can't say that about Alontae Taylor. Now, the good thing about Alontae Taylor, he's a freak, 22.2 miles per hour, but speed isn't everything, right? And his PFF grades were just, they were kind of mediocre. I think we looked at the passer rating when targeted as well, and it was just kind of middle of the road. There wasn't nothing sweet there. There wasn't nothing special there with Alontae Taylor. Would it be a good addition to the Packers cornerback room? Of course it would. He may end up being the number one corner based off the room right now, but that's not saying a whole lot. with Trayvon Diggs, let me put it this way. Trayvon Diggs has shown all-pro upside. He's a ball hawk. He's got a great frame. He's basically a receiver playing corner, right? He's got amazing athleticism. I think he was clocked at over 22 miles per hour, if I remember correctly. So him here, Alontae Taylor more down here, right? I would rather go get Trayvon Diggs because Trayvon Diggs is also carrying less value right now than probably Alontae Taylor. I mean, he's lower on this list, it appears here as we're looking at. Next, you got Clavon Chason, if I'm saying that right, or Chason, edge defender from the Patriots. He's in the 31 spot. Caden Ellis, linebacker from the Falcons. You got Chig Okonkwo, tight end from the Titans. Khalil Mack, edge defender from the Chargers. Now, he is descending on this list, okay? He's sinking. However, him or Trey Hendrickson, 25 million per, or Khalil Mack, 10 million per. Give me Khalil Mack for 1 year. That's the route I would go there. Safety Kobe Bryant at 35. Reek Woolen from the Seattle Seahawks. There's a lot of people that love Reek Woolen, man, and I'm just not a big fan. I don't like the way he's mouthy. I see him run his mouth on the field, and I never see him back it up on the field. And I'm not going to say any names. You guys can guess. I feel like we got him at home already, okay? And we'll just leave that at that. Leo Chenal in 37 spot. If you don't go after Devin Lloyd or Devin Bush or one of those top guys, right, give me Leo Chenal. If his market value is still sitting at $6 million per, give me the Wisconsin Badger Leo Chenal to put alongside Edgerrin Cooper, and you're off and running. Imagine a stackbacker room. If you get Leo Chenal at $6 million, what you would hope to get Quay at, right? Leo Chenal and Edgerrin Cooper are your starting stackbackers, you nickel 4-2-5. When you go to your base 4-3 or 3-4, whichever it is, let's say it's a base 4-3, and you're going to 3 stackbackers in a hybrid front that Jonathan Gannon may or may not run, right? He played a 4-3 in Philly. He played a 3-4 in Arizona. Regardless, 70% of your snaps on average is going to be in your nickel defense, so there's only going to be 2 stackbackers out there anyway. But if you go to a 4 stackbacker look, then imagine it being Edgerrin Cooper and Leo Chenal. Imagine it being Leo Chenal, Edgerrin Cooper as your Mike, because he's got the frame to do it, and then Isaiah McDuffie or Tyron Hopper next to them. I feel good about that. I'm going to be honest. I feel way better about that than Quay Walker next to Edgerrin Cooper. Leo Chenal has instincts. He's a physical freak too. I think he scored a 9 RAS coming out of the draft process. He's got instincts. He plays with great awareness. He plays with anticipation. He's not the physical freak that Quay was in terms of frame, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong there. But 26 years old, if you can get him for $6 to $8 million, that would be the stackbacker I would go after. You get a Wisconsin guy, bring him back home. The fans are going to love it. I think he'll gel well with the rest of this group. I'd love to see Leo Chenal alongside Edgerrin Cooper. That would just be absolutely awesome. Center Cade Mays, I'm not as big on. I don't have him on my cheat sheet. I don't think he would be worth overpaying for personally. And you're going to have to overpay for free agents. That's just the name of the game, right? That's the way this works. Safety Nick Cross at 39, Nakobe Dean at 40, Quay Walker at the 41 spots where they got him. Quay Walker's a physical freak, right? We've talked about this. He was clocked at 18.4 miles per hour. I got to be honest with you. I would have expected him to be clocked at over 19 miles an hour. Look at Leo Chenal. Leo Chenal was clocked at 19.1. Quay Walker was clocked at 18.4. Again, is that the be-all, end-all? No, it's not. But what do we always say about Quay? Yeah, he hasn't played that well, but he's a physical freak. Leo Chenal is just as freaky when it comes to speed and agility and quickness. So let's put that to bed finally, right? Tackle Braden Smith from the Colts at 42. Cam Curl, safety from the Chargers at 43. Rams, I apologize. Wide receiver Jawan Jennings at 44. You got edge defender Joseph Asaya, if I'm saying that right, at 45. You got linebacker Justin Sternad. I guess that's how you say it. Linebacker from the Broncos at 46. We'll just hit a couple more and we'll wrap this up. Guard Wyatt Teller, 47. Jaquan Brisker, safety from the Bears at 48. Calais Campbell, 49. Guys, give me Calais Campbell. Give me Calais Campbell on this freaking football team, man. Like if we were to, I don't think it'll reset here. We're almost done anyway. Let me just see if I can go 2D tackle real quick because it does change. Yeah, here we go. So it changes up some of the stats. So Calais Campbell is the top defensive tackle available, right? So when you look at Calais Campbell here, what are the key attributes you're looking for in a defensive tackle? I'm looking for run stop ability, right? But I'm also looking for pass rush ability. When you look at Devontae White, when he's fully healthy, he's a good football player. He hasn't been fully healthy in a very long time. He's constantly battling injuries. He's a good pass rusher and a average run stopper, essentially, is the way I kind of see it. Now, we're not getting rid of Devontae White. Okay, he'll probably get a contract extension, whether we agree with it or not. But Calais Campbell lining up next to Devontae White, his quarterback pressure percentage as a nose tackle, and he moves around a lot too, 8.8%. He had 6.5 sacks. His get off is a 0.95. The top speed, 15.2 miles per hour. It's that big body is just wild at the age of 40 years old. Now, if we climb down this list, let's just take a quick look. Okay, Calais Campbell is 49th on the list. Sheldon Rankins is 80th. Don't want Sheldon Rankins. David Onyemata is one that's on my list. Now, his quarterback pressure percentage is only 5.9%, though. According to Next Gen Stats, other websites may have it different. So now look at his stuffs, 12. Again, Calais Campbell is better than David Onyemata. It's not even close. Okay. Tonga, same thing. Calais Campbell's running away with it. Now you get down to Jalen Redmond from the Vikings, 9% quarterback pressure percentage, 16 stuffs. Okay. That's a little bit different, right? A little bit different. And when you look at the miles per hour, 16.7, not bad. Going on down the list on our cheat sheet as well. I'm trying to remember who all we had on our cheat sheet. We had, I think we had Joseph Day. Joseph Day was one we earmarked, I thought. No, we didn't. It was Logan Hall. Where is Logan Hall? Did Logan Hall get signed? I think Logan Hall might have got re-signed. Maybe I missed that. So we need to double check that because Logan Hall was definitely on my list. But when you look at it, you're looking for these metrics that kind of pop to you, like LJ Collier, 10.4%. Now, keep in mind, he averaged 23 snaps a game. He only played 93 snaps last year. So that's a very, very small sample size there, right? Everybody let me know in the chat if you know about Logan Hall. Somebody do a quick search for me before we wrap up. I'm eager to know, did Logan Hall re-sign with the Bucs? Maybe I missed that. Maybe I did miss that. So Coach Lynn asked about Hargrave. Let's see if we can find Hargraves on here, man. That's a great question. I haven't seen him on this list. So unless I'm overlooking him, Coach, of course, he's not been released yet. Some of these guys might not be on the list because they haven't technically hit yet, although Kyler Murray hasn't been cut loose yet technically, and he's on the list. You would think he is. I'm not seeing Hargrave, Coach. Scrolling a little bit more. Yeah, he's not on the list, Coach. Maybe they missed it because I know he was set to be released by the Vikings for sure. So we may be able to get a sort here. Let's see if we can sort real quick. I don't know if it'll allow me to or not. Let's go descending. Maybe I should have went ascending. I don't know. Not descending should be the right thing. It's been locking up. There's a lot of people using the site right now. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to lock up. I wanted to kind of see, but again, you kind of get the gist. Calais Campbell, he checks all the boxes for me, man. And I know he's 40 years old, but we only need him for a year, right? Let him go chase a ring with us. To me, he seems like the free agent I would go get. And it's like, okay, Clayton, why would they sign him, right? Well, who did he play for last year, right? Who did Calais Campbell play for last year? The Arizona Cardinals. Who's your new defensive coordinator? Right? It's Jonathan Gannon. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? So we'll see, man. Only time will tell. Free agency is about to get ramped up. If you guys are watching this video back later, let me know in the comments, how do you feel about that free agent list and the order in which we covered them in? We mentioned a couple cornerbacks. We mentioned a couple stack backers. We mentioned a couple of defensive tackles. We mentioned a few offensive lines, center, guards. Let me know who catches your attention. Who would you like your Green Bay Packers to sign? Hit that like button for us. Hit subscribe. Click the bell icon for us as well. And I think we're going to wrap it up there, guys. Let's just hang out with the chat for a second. I haven't seen anybody comment on Logan Hall yet. I'm not sure what's going on there. Solder in the chat said play speed is Quay's issue. It is. And I think that comes to processing, Solder. I really do, man. It's one of those things. There's just enough hesitation that even his athleticism won't allow him to rebound. You know, some of the slower linebackers, Bobby Wagner is not nowhere near the athlete he used to be, right? But his processing allows him to gain a half a step through his mind, his film study, his understanding of concepts, wide receiver splits, tight end splits, you know, tackles, watching their knuckles, watching their hands, watching how they line up, just little things like that Quay hasn't been in the league long enough to pick up on. I'm with you, man. Play speed is definitely an issue there for sure. So, all right. That was just restructured, but I'm just trying to go through the chat, make sure we didn't miss anything. I think we're good. Man, this is a fun show. Appreciate y'all swinging through. We had a good crowd in here. If y'all would, smash that like button for us. Also, if you're watching on X or YouTube, wherever you're watching, make sure, like if you're on X, hop over to YouTube, give us a sub. If you're on YouTube and you use Twitter/X, give us a follow at Packers_access. Also, we got Linktree pinned on my Twitter account now, okay? So you can go follow the podcast there. You just click on that Linktree. It'll bring up both Spotify and iTunes, so you can go sub wherever you're watching or listening from. And also make sure you can just search too. If it's one of the platforms we didn't mention, just search Packers Total Access wherever you get your podcasts, okay? So greatly appreciate everybody hanging out. And also the best way to support what we do here, if you want to join our community, you can find that at patreon.com/PackerFan Total Access. It's blowing up over there. Bunch of new people joining. Really, really cool environment. We get all this extra content out to you guys and gals, a little extra added value when we're not live, as well as just a way for you that you can support the show any way you want to. So that being said, we're out of here, guys. We'll be back later as news breaks. I'm sure more news probably broke as we were live. If that's the case, we'll set it up. Dane Brugler did his second mock draft. The Packers took a guard at 52. We're going to talk about that. That's a name that hasn't been mentioned. I got really excited because he's high on our board, and he fell right in the Packers' lap, according to Dane Brugler on his mock 2.0. So we'll dive into that at some point today as well. So make sure you hit that like button for us, hit subscribe, click the bell icon. We will be back as news breaks. My name's Clayton. This is PTA. Go Pack Go.
Here we go.
Bye, guys.